Hey guys, welcome to Aaron's review, and in today's video we're going to be doing a full review of the Sony WF1000XM3 noise cancelling earphones, which is shown here. I've already done an unboxing of this item before, so if you want to look at the unboxing, please click on the link below. Today I just want to give you a full review of what it's been like using the XM3, which I'll call this as for short. Extremely portable, but I'm sure there's many of you who are thinking of, should I actually buy this product? I will probably give you some suggestions on what to do before you actually buy it, as I think it's always recommended that you actually try it first before you buy. I mean, I've actually tried it 3 times in the shops first before I actually purchased it. Now, I just want to say that the XM3 was purchased using my own money, and so it's not sponsored in any way. I am a person who likes headphones or earphones, and as you can see, here is my selection of earphones that I currently own, but you can see I've now gone a bit wireless way. Previous wireless earphones that I used was actually the AirPods, which is reasonable. Generally it's quite compact, mostly it works, especially if you're in the iPhone or the Apple ecosystem. For me, I don't use, well, I do have an iPhone, but my main phone is actually the S9 Plus. And you can see it's quite small, about half the size, but in regards to audio quality, definitely the Sony beats it by a margin. So I'll put that AirPods to the side. Now, what I recommend is when you actually go to the shop to test the 1000XM3, if you have that access, definitely do install this app onto your phone first, which is the Sony here headphones. It's made by Sony, so you type in Sony headphones, you will find it. What you should be doing is actually installing it and making sure that you are actually testing these earphones when you try it, as it does make a significant difference when you hear from the music, because you are able to manipulate the sound quality coming from this. So if I press connect, it's already connected. Pairing is quite straightforward, you just do it once and it works. Definitely I do recommend that you test it using this app, as you are able to manipulate a lot of things on this earphones. Now, why do I recommend these, especially when they cost significant amount of money? To be honest, it's about the same price as the AirPods with wireless charging case. One thing to note that you will not be getting is the fact that the AirPods, this is only AirPod 1, so it's not a wireless one. The AirPods 2 does have a wireless charging case. With this XM3, there is no charging case. So you just plug it in using the USB-C cable, which is located here. What you should know, it does provide 24 hours of battery charging within this box, and you're able to charge it, and it goes in by magnetically, so that means that you're actually connected already. And once you put it in, close the lid and it starts charging. And yes, and it does work with 1 earphone or 2 earphones inside your ear, depending on how you want to use it. So it's the same as the AirPods as well. But definitely do use this app to test your earphones when you're actually in the shops, as it does make a significant difference. Now, as you can see from this app, it does have the battery life of the left side and the right side, which I'll show you closely. When inserting it into your ear, this part here is quite sensitive. That means you actually swivel it and it will keep a tight switch. That means locked into your ear. So you just put it in like that and it locks. This is the right side. It's the same with the left side. So at the moment, I find using this at the gym is no problem. It is not sweat proof, so depends how much sweat you are. I don't generally sweat too much, so it's fine for me. And as many of you will probably know, the AirPods does not suit everybody, as sometimes it depends on your ear. It falls out depending on what ears you have. For me, I have no problems with the AirPods. But with the Sony ones, what's special about it is the fact that you are able to change your ear tips. It does come with a couple ear tips inside the box, as I'll show you now. This is what the boxing is like. So your brand new earphones will be here, their charging case, and underneath it you have the Lots of silicone tips, foam tips, and obviously you can buy more. And there's also the USB-C charging cable, which I've not used because I've mostly used my old ones that I currently have. So the reason that the Sony XM3 provides better quality sound is just the fact there's a 6mm driver inside that will make the music even more better. The sound stage is definitely much better than the AirPods. You will definitely hear more sound isolation within this because you're actually plugging right into your ear, where the AirPods, there could be leakage from the AirPods due to the fact that it's not sealed tight. As many people has mentioned, it does come off easily with these ones, but with the Sony ones, you are actually able to change the tip, so it's just a matter of finding a suitable one that fits your ear. It is quite compact. Yes, it does stick out a little bit. You've got touch sensors here. For the first time, if you want to pair to a new device, you put it in your ear and hold it for 7 seconds on the touch panel here, and then when you put it in, you actually hear some noise from a lady saying how much battery is available, if it's fully charged, and obviously if you touch it for 7 seconds, it will say that it's in synchronization mode so that you're able to connect it to a device. It does recognize when you're actually walking, so if it's on transport, or you're walking, or you're taking the transport or car, you're also able to change the sound quality coming from it. At the moment, as I mentioned, I enjoy music, so I have a lot of headphones or earphones. Generally, I would probably recommend, if you don't want to do anything, maybe bass boost would be the ideal one for those who like bass. Now, generally for me, I actually do have my own settings for my own one, due to the fact that I like a bit of K-pop. So here is my settings for custom one. Oops, let me just connect it quickly. As you can see, there is my setting that I've used for custom, and that's probably what I recommend. You might want to try it and see if this is up to you. This is what I would recommend for those who are interested in in-ear monitors. The settings are what I would try to change to. Sound quality based on priority of sound or stable connection. It tells you what you're currently playing right now. So I was watching a video about the new iPhones. As you probably know, Apple's just announced they're releasing the new iPhone 11, so there's no new AirPods 3. So definitely I would suggest buying this one than the AirPods, as I feel that the noise coming from it is much superior than the AirPods 2. You've got your languages. You can change it to whatever language you like, which I'll show you. You've got English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Dutch, Swedish, Finnish, Russian, Japanese, Brazilian, Korean, Turkish, or Chinese. I'm happy with English, so I'll just leave it as that. It will automatically download firmware update if there's any. One thing to note when you're actually using it is probably the noise, the ambient sound control. When you're actually outside, it is possible that you are able to hear wind noise coming into it due to the fact that the noise cancelling is off and there's wind actually coming or going into this earpiece here, if you can see from the hole. Yep, so there we go. So what you do if you don't want to hear that noise sound is just to turn off noise cancelling to 0, and that will mean that there will be not wind coming in through this earpiece, so that you're able to enjoy your music. As mentioned, you have running, transport, walking, and staying, and you're now able to change it to long or short distance for how long it detects it before it switches, which is new to this. Yeah, so definitely do use this app when you're actually testing the Sony XM3 to enjoy music, and obviously definitely have some music that you listen to as to appreciate what the sound quality is like coming from the XM3. I did actually try the WH1000XM3 headphones several days ago. It's just the noise cancelling one that actually goes over your ear. I found that one quite hot when using it for maybe 10 minutes. So for me, staying in Hong Kong, I would probably not recommend that. For me, my ears were quite hot just after maybe a couple minutes of use. Now, I want to talk a bit more about this button on the right side. If you press it, it actually plays. Press it, double press it, and it's fast forwards, as I recall. There's a triple press, as I recall. On the left touch panel, if I press, now remember, I'm assuming that this is all in your ear right now. If you press this button, the left side, for a long time, it will actually turn off the sound so that you're able to hear someone talking. That means you're able to keep this here and have a conversation with someone, which is pretty cool. And now, before you think that it's only for the Android apps that it works with, there is also an Apple app, which is still called Sony, which I'll show you now quickly. So if you're an Apple user, yes, there is also that app as well. Obviously, as you can see, this is not optimized for the iPad mini because the screen is much smaller. I've not synchronized it with the iPad here, but it does work, so don't worry, it does work with Android and iPhone. One more thing that I want to talk about besides how nice it is, with a 10-minute charge, you're able to get 90 minutes of use with them here, as far as I'm aware. Besides those information, there is more, and that includes the fact that you're able to charge it for use it for 24 hours, because it does charge 2 or 3 times within this box by itself. I mentioned that it has a 6mm driver, which is why the sound is exceptional. It has noise cancelling because it has the processor, the XM3, the new QN1E chip inside. Optimized antenna design. It is very secure and fit. All-day battery life. 20 hours listening. Handy magnetic charging case. Adaptive sound control, adjusts to whatever you like, which has a sense engine, which means that it knows when I'm walking, traveling, or waiting. And the sound quality coming from this is exceptional, just like the AirPods. As many of you know, the AirPods do provide an exceptional call quality when you actually use it, but guess what? So does the Sony one. So it's on par. Now, besides just that, I have actually purchased this as well to complement the XM3. It was quite difficult to find in Hong Kong. It's just a silicone case. I mean, this is the one that I use for the AirPods. I like to protect it as it gets scratched easily. Currently, I'm using the Rode wireless Go cover just to protect it right now, but luckily I've been able to purchase this case. So we're just now also going to open this case to show you what it's like. There's several colors. I can tell you that the colors that are available include white, black, red, pink, green, light green, dark blue, light blue, luminous, and yellow. This is the luminous one. It does come in a nice box. I purchased this about $40 Hong Kong dollars. I'm sure you can get it cheaper than that. It's just the fact I couldn't find it, and I had a friend purchase it for me. It comes with this, which I will not be using. What I need is this mostly. So we're going to fit it on quickly. There we go. That's the top done. Protects it from scratches. I'm a person who likes to protect my stuff, hence the reason why it has that. It has the USB-C connection, so I'm actually able to plug it in when it's in the case. And roughly, that's what it looks like. Putting into the case is quite nice. There you go. You can see it's charging. Red is charging. Now, if this indicator flashes when you actually put this in, it does mean something, as I just found out yesterday. When this is flashing and you put your battery, when you put your earphones in, it does mean that the fact that the case is running out of battery, and that's why it's flashing red constantly for a couple of seconds. That is just an indicator to let you know that you need to charge your case as well. Anyway, definitely I do recommend you buying this earphones. It does provide a superior sound quality, one that is comparable to my in-ear monitors that I use. It is always nice to have the freedom of no cables, but obviously when I have more time, I actually do tend to listen to my gear here as to enjoy my music more. But sometimes, you know, when I'm washing the car, I would like to take out my earphones here, and it's like, oh, fantastic music that it comes with. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If there's any questions, do let me know. Do hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.